So with the current buyer demand in the market, there is big demand for new construction and new builds. People love new houses. Working with a builder can be very tricky. And I wanted to share with you a deal story that was very recent, that was a little bit sketchy on a couple different fronts. I'm going to share that story with you right now. Make sure you stick around. Hey guys, Logan Allen Williamson here. Thank you for stopping by the channel. This channel is going to be dedicated to all things helping you grow and scale your real estate business the modern way. If you have not already done so, please smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you're notified when I come out with new content on this channel, which is multiple times per week. And if you don't already know me, I'm a full-time real estate agent, been in the business for 6 years. I work with the fastest growing group in eXp Realty company history. If you have absolutely any questions for me regarding what it's like to potentially join my group, I'd love to chat with you. wolfpackagent.com. You can get directly on my calendar and we'll discuss what your goals are and whether or not this brokerage might be a good opportunity to help you achieve them a little bit faster. Okay, now with so many buyers in the market, there are a lot of agents that are reaching out and they're saying, hey, we're getting into multiple offer situations. We are getting beat out in multiple offer situations. We're trying to get under contract with these builders. And I'll tell you that right now, with just under 20 or so active contracts with builders, I work with all of them. Toll Brothers, DiLoretto, DR Horton, my gosh, Lennar. You can go through and I mean, you can talk about all the different builders that exist in a given market. They're going to be different in my market than they are in your market. But what I will tell you is that I've got a deal story and I want you to take this to heart. Now, when you're explaining new construction to your clients and they say, well, we want to talk to a builder. We're considering going in and buying a new home. There are certain things that you have to do as an agent to make sure that you are not just flat out wasting your time, and to try to ensure that at the end of their transaction, when they move into their home, that you're actually going to get paid for your efforts. What a lot of agents are doing, what I'm finding, is that they're sending their clients to a builder's office. They are not actually getting put in as a part of the file. They're reviewing contracts for their clients. They're staying in touch, having client dinners, maintaining the relationship. The house closes, the client moves in, and the agent says, when am I going to get paid? It doesn't work like that. The way it works is that you have to be a part of the file. There's so much buyer demand in the market right now that a lot of clients will basically go in, they'll start their due diligence process, they will get on an email list with a builder or they'll sign up for more information online, and they've already engaged with that builder. They have not even mentioned you. And a few months down the road, they'll engage with you. They'll realize, yes, we do want to work with a real estate agent. Absolutely. Generally speaking, it's free for us on the buyer side, you being our selling agent. So they decide they want to work with you. They go back to that same builder. You're not a part of that file. You're not going to get paid. You need to make sure very definitively that you are a part of the client file when that particular client engages with that builder. Now that can be with the first interaction. Generally speaking, they want it to be the first interaction. They want you to be there in person with the client, but I can tell you there are ways to get around that. With this particular deal that I want to talk to you about, I did have a client that did have the ability to purchase new construction. What ended up happening is they were required to get pre-qualified with the in-house lender for this particular builder, which they did. And then moving into the build phase, there are a lot of different nuances with new construction. There's going to be a deposit, there's going to be a down payment percentage, there's going to be a lot premium percentage, usually a structural upgrade package percentage due up front, with different design meetings that happen throughout the course of the build process, which are going to require an additional deposit throughout the course of that process. Let's get through the entire beginning portion of this particular deal. Let's just get to being under contract. So my client decided that they wanted to use a third-party lender, who I introduced them to. There were issues that we had getting the loan lock. There were issues that we had with actually getting the escrow open, because formally this particular builder did not open an escrow until 60 days before the delivery date of the home, which can't be disclosed until you have a cabinet installation date, which is way down the road when you're talking about an 18-month build phase. So there was a little bit of a hiccup when it came to locking down financing and making sure that all funds were appropriated or were dispersed appropriately, and just making sure that we were solid on the finance front. The real kicker with this deal, and why I want to call it somewhat of a nightmare story, even though the client is happy, is many different things happen over the course of an escrow. So I'm over here during a build phase and I'm walking the properties. I'm looking at the slab after it's poured. I'm realizing that they have not gone down and actually shaved and leveled the slab, which they will do because there's going to be high and low spots, things like that. Getting that done with the general contractor was extremely difficult because the contractors up here, based on the current demand, they're spread very, very thin. We had issues moving forward with specifications with the design department. apartment. There was going to be a full bathroom instead of a half bathroom in the main entryway of the home next to one of the guest bedrooms. It was not installed properly. It wasn't plumbed for a shower. That was another issue that we had. We had an archway that was constructed improperly. And then at the tail end of escrow, we had a couple different things happen. There are supply chain issues that are happening. So as far as specified appliances, particular pieces of hardware, whether it be pulls, doorknobs, you name it, lighting fixtures, some things are just being installed based on what a builder actually has instead of what the client has specified based on supply chain issues, with the verbal agreement that they're going to honor a 12-month manufacturer's warranty to replace those items with the correct ones if and when they ever actually get delivered. Huge hiccup, huge pain point. Part of the fun for clients is specifying exactly what they want in a new construction, in a new build home. If the builder is just going to go ahead and install something that the client didn't even want, you can see where that can present a problem. The final issue that we had with this particular file was at the end of the escrow period, the builder, one, was either going to pay me a commission as a real estate agent, or two, they were going to honor what was considered their national sales event incentive to the buyer and their friends who were in a different state. So it was $2,500 credit to each of the parties involved, the friend in a different state, the buyer, as well as a national sales event incentive, a credit to the buyer, plus a real estate commission. We went back and forth with this office. We had 4 different points of contact. Ultimately, they did the right thing. Everybody was paid out. But I will tell you that without pre-existing relationships in this office, without knowing that this is a contact sport, having the necessary phone calls with the title company, making sure that they have the commission instructions, making sure that you're talking to the head of sales in these different offices, you've got to put in the legwork. It's a contact sport. You got to do the work. This particular deal closed. We had basically everything installed properly. We did hit our delivery date on time. Client's happy. I was compensated. But you can imagine with some of these new construction price points, you're getting paid a very decent commission to represent your client throughout the build process. And it's a big, I wouldn't even call it a slap in the face, but it's a big surprise if you learn that you're not going to receive a pretty sizable commission check at the end of a year and a half if you're anticipating it. It's something that I want you to consider. If you have any questions about representing your clients with builders, if you have any questions about anything related to the building process, getting your clients under contract, what's required up front, go ahead, comment below, or let me know if that's information that you'd like to see. If you haven't already done so, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to discuss anything related to my trainings or partnering with my group, you can go to wolfpackagent.com. Check out anything you see up here on the screen. Talk to you soon.